Welcome to CathyDSlaught's SRC4u Zoom call for April 13th, 2022. We're here on Cathy's website, CathyDSlaght.com, and we're going to scroll down here, and we're going to look for the Zoom banner. Now, this is a demonstration of the SRC4u software when I click through. If you'd like to be part of Cathy's SRC4u Daily Energy Clearing Group, you can click the information here and register. If you'd like to purchase the software, please contact Cathy directly. If you would like to experience the software, join her monthly clearing group. If you would like to sample the SRC4u software, contact Cathy for a free trial period. I'm going to click through here. This is going to take us over to the Zoom call where it will be live and it will be loud. You may want to lower the volume on your speakers. One moment, please.
It is 10 o'clock. This has been an interesting last 24 hours. I don't know if anybody else has had this kind of excitement, but I had some excitement. Let's get started first. We did want the discarnate scan today. For those who are new to the group, discarnate, this list actually came from a doctor. And there are many people who are now aware of the unseen energy around us, and some of that unseen energy is spirits without bodies that would like to use your body a little bit. And it tends to not be of benefit. So I got a list. This is Dr. Kersey I'm mentioning. He sent me a list to scan, and according to some energy workers, as in all of them I've talked to, they've never seen more spiritual attack than they have seen in the last, say, few months. And it might be because so many people are rising in consciousness, and it could be perhaps a threat. And so I got into the habit of checking to see priority for chief if we wanted a discarnate scan. And today we did. And the basic way this works is we want to be on a soul path, and that soul path needs to be uninterrupted. The soul path is, as far as what I've read, it's already in us. We've got everything we need. We've got the money, we've got the relationships, we've got it all once we accept that. The ego path is we look out of ourselves for it. And so we don't need any extra assistance in getting into the ego path, but it seems like this kind of stress does it. So I put it in here, but I also wanted to see if we wanted any kind of Pro Tool today. And actually, we just want the premium window and then the light panel. So let's just go in while we're at it. And let's just put stress-related discarnates. And I think I mentioned that book by Lynn Grabhorn. And I think it may, okay, just 45 seconds is all we need. Look at that, just 45 seconds. Lynn Grabhorn wrote a book about this some time ago. And she said we would come to a time where there was going to be something quite magnificent happening on the planet, and that many discarnates wanted a body to experience it. So that was another mention of this stress related to unseen energy trying to work with our physical body. And so that's just why we're doing that checkup every day. Now, also, and then I'm not going to have much to say today because we have Olive who's going to, the whole point of all that we're doing, we've been working on the stress related to the brain, and that's taken us a number of directions. Right now we're on radiation. And here's the point, and this goes way back. They realized that we can detect, they're referring to as diseases, we can call it whatever we wanted, stress related to disease, could be detected in the energy field before physical symptoms appear. And also, this particular researcher was convinced that diseases could be prevented by altering the energy field. That's what we're doing every day with the SRC. And that seems to be one key. The work needs to be persistent. So I continue. We'll get back to this snake back black cocktail in a second. But I'm continuing to add to this list of stress related to radiation. But the point is not to get concerned about it any further than to have an awareness of it and realize we already came in with everything we need in our body to correct this stress. We've got it. We may have to clear a few blocks to attaining it, but it's already in there. So I'm reading different material, adding to the list. We'll have a new cocktail. But a lot of days we may not need it because, remember, your SRC, just the Wonder Click even, is clearing for you. But beyond that, we already, is my belief anyway, put together to self-heal anything. So, and then finally, just a little something. I don't know who all listened to this information by Stu Peters on the vaccine and what corona actually was. And it was rather disconcerting. And then I listened to another YouTube that was rather disconcerting last night. I'm like, whoa, we don't want to get pulled into the fear mode. And Dorian Light, that I mentioned before, actually sent me the Stu Peters link, as did a number of other people. But then she also made a snake bite cocktail, and this is it. And there is, if you listen to any of this information yourself, it's interesting. It's thought-provoking. It's interesting. We have Cliff High, who says it's absolutely not true. But regardless of that, this one of the things we did see is that the smokers, for some reason, seem to get over the corona a lot faster. So she's got this code in here. You can take it or leave it. And then everything else is just nutrition. And so we as a group did get a little snake bite cocktail work last night. Let's see. Let's see if we want this cocktail today. We may not. Are you all aware of what I'm talking about? It seems to be, okay, good. It seems to be all over.
So,
yeah. Right. So we'll take, look at that. We'll take that snake venom cocktail. And we wanted it last night too. And I want to see also, do we want it put in our, charge our water with it? I mean, again, any problem out there, there is a solution. And I think these tools are a big part of the solution. Let's see. With snake bite cocktail. Just for the heck of it, let's see. And I don't necessarily at this moment in time. Let's see if we want the snake bite cocktail through the sustenance balancer. No, so just the good old P4. And there are, like I said, some extremely interesting supplements in that cocktail. Even if you find yourself resonating with it, you may want to see about taking them on a 3D level. And then one final thing, these are a couple of things I've run across that seem to be good protection for EMF that you may want to check out. This Wave Rider, this is expensive, but it's getting rave reviews. But anyway, I just wanted to mention those things. And the point is, this radiation type stress will probably get a little longer because I'm still pulling things together, but we're done with that. We want the awareness. We're going to have a cocktail for it. But now we want to look at how we clear it. And with that in mind, Olive, are you there? If she can get her feet.
Yes, I am. I'm
all
here.
right, yay. I was talking with Olive yesterday, and she had such wonderful information in reference to all of this that I said, would you just share with us tomorrow? And she is. And Olive, tell them a little bit, if you don't mind, about your background first so they realize what you do.
Oh gosh, kind of crazy. I started as a medical technologist, doing in all of the different areas of medical technology. Went on for specializing in cyto Technology, studying and determining cancer cells. Worked there for 18 years at Johns Hopkins. And I moved here and no longer wanted to work because of the way I'm in Florida, I'm sorry, because I know that all of you aren't here. But when I moved to Florida here and was transferred, I didn't like the way that they were no longer into preventive medicine. So I switched from human pathology into plant pathology. So when I was doing plant pathology for diagnosing plant diseases and certifying farms as organic, organically grown, and conventional, I started getting more into the food and how it was growing. So then I retired from that sector, but also in it, I started becoming more interested in food, nutrition. I had a sick daughter, so I really kind of got on the side of food and how food-based healing was. So now I do raw food and have done it for years and years, taught it through Trinity College of Natural Health. And so I'm really a foodie. So I just love the thing of food and taught it at raw food potlucks and at Whole Foods. So anyway, so my whole thing is food. And just now with the SRC, I got into it with in 2017. And I just love it and love messing with it and just kind of putting all of the things together. So now what happened was I did that summit that a lot of us did, which was that healing, what was it called? The healing summit, the one that just had happened not that long ago. I think it was 7 days or whatever. But I actually ended up being more like Cathy with that, where I actually listened to each of the people, signed on to their sites, looked at the things that their sites were doing, all of that research, and it was one guy that was on there, Lloyd Burrell or Burrow, I don't know which way you say it. He had a person come on, Jody Cohen, and Jody Cohen is with Vibrant Blue Oils, and she wrote this new book that is called Essential Oils to Boost the Brain and Heal the Body. So with Cathy doing so much with the brain, and I kept feeling as though we kind of separate the brain from the body so much, but our brain is such an emotion center and our body being the physical, we have to find some kind of way to connect them. Well, she did a talk and I sent it to Cathy for Cathy to check out, and Cathy did do some checking out of it, but I just wanted to add a couple of things, and I'm going to try and stay on just the facts of it. So she was wanting to know some of the things that we do, and so I put in some of the ones that I do that are along the same line. I don't know who it is a lot of times that's talking when they talk, that did the shungite, and I do raw organic shungite water. I charge the water with the shungite. And so you can, kind of douse it to see whether or not it'll be a good thought for you. I am sending Cathy the notes from the talk as well as links for whatever, or pictures as well, for whatever she might want to add into everything. But then her talk on the brain-body connection was a lot with the parasympathetic. And she has this blend, which is clove and lime. And I have the recipe for it because I'm not trying to say that her oils are better or promoting her oils, because I really don't know a lot of it with her. She has been in business for a long time. She's had 9 years of different podcasts that are all on there. I listened to quite a few of them and I like them. But we do know that clove oil is excellent, and we know that lime excellent too for the thing of detoxification. Well, where she applies it for the parasympathetic is the vagus nerve, which is like behind our ear. And so when she was talking about applying it behind the ear like that, I just thought, well, why not? Since we're working on the thymus thumb, and with the lymph system, which we know is the one that's not moving as much, why not then do our lymph drainage? And so I do have a like a suggestion for a YouTube that is for a person that does, I think 2 people I think that I have the thing for it with, so that you can do the lymph drainage, because I think that'll end up helping us to rid the toxins that we end up accumulating. So then she has a special if you decide to go with her thing. And I'm going to send that link so that you can see and hear the whole talk of it and how she has it applied. So then the thing to stimulate our lymph with our thumps, and then with the drainage. And I think it's a Dr. Mark Lynch that I have a link for. And then the massage by Heather. She does some real nice things too as well. And hers is a simple, easy follow, so that you can just start that lymph moving more in the morning. So then the thing about that is, as we're moving them out, we want to make sure that we use binders. Some kind of binder that takes out things that kind of stick there with us. That's the same thing like I was saying to Cathy, like when you'll take a bath, you have all of the things and you'll stand up and then shower off. Or when I'm doing a foot soap, I'll put in clay, like bentonite clay that ends up attaching those toxins so that we don't have them re-enter. Charcoal's a good one for it, and clay is a good one for it. She does talk about that too with it, and she has a download. If you want me to even end up attaching the downloads, that's fine too as well. But we don't want to stow them. So the next thing is air quality. So she says cypress oil and propolis. She does not put the propolis inside of the cypress oil. So cypress oil is one just to raise the quality of the air. And we know that biblically, because cypress was used for that with all of the things that were being carried bottled in. And propolis, that's the only reason why I'm not vegan, is because I use honey, pollen, propolis, royal jelly, anything that the bee makes, I use that. I don't know how other people feel, so of course douse to see how it'll be beneficial for you, or look at the other things that do the same exact thing that'll do it. Now, the other thing that I'll do with cypress oil is I will put it on my lung 11, which is your thumb, and it's on the outside of your nail. And when I walk, I'll put the cypress on there, which ends up helping the air quality that way. So the whole time I'm walking, I feel covered, So it's kind of a nice little, include, especially since we are into the traditional Chinese medicine, which that is important for. So now the last thing is our vibration for the EMFs. She talked about all of the different tests that she had done, but what she came up with and what Cathy and I was talking about is raising our vibration frequency so that it's almost like what's not in our thoughts, we kind of leave it to what it's supposed to be. We don't worry. So that one we've always talked about is being love frequency, and that's Rose. Rose is one of the higher frequencies of it. She said that she even had in her house tested, and when they came in with the meters, they ended up, and I check mine with meters for hot spots, and the hot spots are where I actually will place those things that are shields, so to say, after you have done it and you do your clearing and then you put your shields up there so that we will do it. So like the egg that we were talking about yesterday and the plug that we were talking about yesterday, we know that plug is going to go in hot spot because it's going to be in there where that's traveling, because that's your electrical. So then the thing of Rose, and so I will spray Rose, and now, which is really kind of cool because of the fact that it's spring, and so Rose is going to be a wonderful one to end up putting inside of, like one drop inside of a spray mister. And we can mist the house, we can mist our sheets before we lay down. And it's rose and lavender, so it's going to give you good rest, as well as it will help us plump up our cells so that our skin looks good and will feel good, as well as all of the rest of it. So I'm hoping that some of this is good, and that you would, you know, kind of welcome it coming to your email so that you can take a look at it and see, you know. Yeah. So thoughts?
I love it. I love it. I'll correct whatever misspellings are in here, but yeah, Olive, yesterday she was just sharing so much, and it was phenomenal. And we are going to go into the essential oils in reference to the brain and radiation, also crystals. But these oils are so powerful, and they pretty much last forever. Although I know I was talking with one person that her rose, she didn't use it because it is very expensive, and by the time she got ready to use it, it had evaporated. So you want to keep an eye on it. But I don't know how many of you do oils. Olive, anything? You're going to send the link for this raw organic shungite. Did I spell that wrong?
No, that's right.
Okay. So yeah, if you can send that link, you already may have actually. And but we have the solution to every problem. I really like this one. But what you can do, what I like to do anyway, and do it individually. This doesn't count as much for a group. Before you spend any money, just go in and see if it's a good thing for you, because you may not need it. So just in general.
As well as just because of the fact that we have the tool to douse, we can douse what we have to see whether or not it's even needed. You know, say you have rose geranium instead of having rose. Why not use the rose geranium? And that's the same thing that I was saying about the clove and the lime. The clove and the lime, she does a lime that is not cold pressed. She does one that is steam distilled. Well, if we're not really going out, and I mean, it's going behind our ear and at the base of the skull in the back, where the vagus nerve comes and it splits, you know. And so I just feel like if you know, we're inside and we're really not going out to move, and that sun is not going to be on us at that time, you know, we could use the cold pressed if that's what you have. I think some people, it just all depends upon what oils you have. If you have like the now oil, when I looked at it, that was one that was steam distilled, so it wasn't cold pressed. But a lot of those that are with our higher end companies, we actually use that peel, and we want that to be in its freshest state, because that's what's going to do the cleansing process. And that's the whole thing about it being a citrus one, because of the citrus ones being able to then carry down for it to be cleansing. You know, and then also remember our points, because even when I'm doing it, because some of you who do dry skin brushing, you know, of course you're going to be moving your limbs. You might not want or feel like you need to end up doing that, but just, you know, just our whole thing to stop our body from keeping in things, you know, all of the heavy lotions and the things like that. Start doing with the natural oils that let our bodies breathe and let go of things. So
absolutely, and I'm sorry, go ahead.
Question, Olive, have you had a chance to look at the lymph master cocktail in the SRC?
Oh, no, I didn't even know. It's so much on it that I do not see. So no, Stephen, please let me know about that.
I didn't know about that either. Let's pull it up.
Yeah, because that could be.
I only found it by looking in the SRC4u data and putting in the lymph.
Oh,
yeah, because it's okay. Let's do it a different way. Yeah, you're right. I'm not even familiar with that one.
I will definitely use that. So good. You know, I mean, and that's the whole thing of even.
I don't have it at all. Is that something you can copy and email?
Yeah, they tried the SRC data, that middle one. Sometimes that pulls up stuff.
SRC.
Right, that's
right.
Right here.
That one right there.
All right. Thank you.
It's got 69 kilobytes.
No, I don't have it. That's
Really?
a good one to have. So if that's something you can copy and email, that'd be great.
Certainly.
Otherwise, we'll wait till Kevin is on his feet. But yeah, the lymph, and the lymph also holds sadness. So, you know, there's so many.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She had a list, which was really. Let me just go back to it. A list of the things that parasympathetic one does with it. That's why I connected the lymph with it. Now, her blend, which is just the clove, one to three, 1 part clove, 3 parts lime. So 25 and 75, and then that carrier would end up being like a fractionated coconut oil or whatever it is that you end up using. I usually just line up all of my carrier oils, put them inside I call them juice, which is the SRC. And so he has a name on them, JOOSC, juice. So anyway, so I put all of the carrier oils in there and then douse for which one is going to be my one that I should use at that particular time, because I only make up small amounts. But what she says with this parasympathetic blend is it flips off the body's stress response. It flips off the body's stress response, slips the body into a state of relaxation and healing, enhances the body's ability to purge harmful toxins, eliminates digestive issues. It boosts the nutrient assimilation and absorption. It sharpens memory and focus. It clears up paralyzing brain fog. It calms the fires and inflammation, and it melts away anxiety and depression. So I just felt like with all of that, and then with it being applied right there, and that's where we start our lymph drainage process. Oh, I just felt like what a wonderful way to end up joining the brain with the body. Because so many times we just look at all of those organs and we separate the brain from it. And I think with all of the tests that Cathy has been running with us, we show that there has to be a connection at some point in time. So why not? Let's do it. Let's clear that fog and let's clear the body of it, and then let all of the light come in, you know?
And Olive, what's the name of that blend again that you're talking about?
It's called Parasympathetic Blend. Now, let me tell you about that special that she has on it, which will come with that link. With it, she lets that blend, which is regularly $36 for $15. And then when you hit it, you have an option to get 2 more for $20. And so it was, I just said, well, why not? Of course. And then that's a good way for me to try her oils. Meanwhile, I said, let me make it up on my own with mine and just see how it does, to see whether or not I feel like it's doing something. So then I just douse myself before doing it for the need, and then I douse myself afterwards for its benefit. Not always can we tell right off, but the thing about it is our SRC can really tell a lot of things that we can't actually see ourselves right then, and then we see it later,
Yeah, and I love my Young Living oils, but I'm not against it. If I resonate, that sounds like a good oil.
Well, I just feel like we can make our own blends. And then inside of her book, and she has the specials with her book too as well, that you can get some other things. I think it's like 4 or 5 different downloads. The recipes are in the book for her blends. I downloaded all of her blends and put them onto a chart, and then I put them inside of the SRC and see whether or not they come up as well as in the dispenser, and they have almost been always spot on.
Whoa.
So I just don't think, and she even puts it out there like, what I'm doing is no different, no special. She just says that she just thinks that if you do with, she didn't put down any oil companies. She just said that for the most part of it, she just thinks that people should kind of stick with people who are going more with the organic processing or whatever,
Yeah, and she's interesting because she started out not in health-related fields at all. She had a child, and it was just an angel. And then 22 months later, she had another child that was not. And it turned out that she corrected a lot of that by using essential oils. And and readdressing his food because he had some food allergies. So she's interesting. I listened to what she had to say. She's very interesting, and I definitely want to get this book. And Susan, are you on?
Yes, I am.
What is the name of the book you were talking about as well? And I think your daughter has it and doesn't want to part with it on oils. Do you have that name in front of you?
I don't, but I will get it.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, Susan is another essential oils. I don't know what the term would be, guru. And so, yeah, if you'll send me that, that would be excellent. And what we can also do is, let's just go in here.
Essential oil believer.
Yeah, there's so much. Okay, well, what's happening now? Of course, it's not going to cooperate, and I have behaved and turned my computer off and everything, so let's just wait for a moment.
Can I just say thank you to Olive? Oh my gosh, what a
Yes.
great amount of information. My mind was kind of blown. I wish I was taking notes.
Well, I tried to take a few, and then Olive's going to send us some.
You will have them.
That's
You will
how
have all the notes. You will have them. I'm going to
Thank
send
you.
them to Cathy.
Thank
That's
you
so
so
cool.
much. Yeah, when she was
All of
talking
that.
yesterday. Yeah.
All of that was amazing. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Thank
You're
you,
most
Al.
welcome.
Thank you, Olive.
Yes, yes. And let's see. I don't know that we're going to get to see this today, so we may have to. Well, let's see if it's going to cooperate. No, not going to do it. I want to show you tomorrow. We can make ourselves an essential oil cocktail as well. So let's just real quickly see how we want to finish.
And I'll also upload the video and state Olive on it as a guest so everybody can find the video a lot easier.
Good old Wonder Click.
I was trying to share and I'm muted. I'd let everybody know that I was going to upload the video and make sure I mark it as Olive as a guest speaker.
Yes, absolutely. And so you can see real quickly, we just let you know, this is all very subtle, but it looks like we need to look at our own fatty acid balance. And pretty much you're going to, I'm no nutritionist, but fatty acids and enzymes, we pretty much know we've got to do a little supplementation, do your own research. It's just real quickly, because we're going to also at 11 have our intention group for Kevin today, who is having his pacemaker replaced. Anyway.
Is that like an outpatient thing, or is he going to be in the hospital?
No, he'll be out today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just in and out.
Mm-hmm.
I did. Can I say one?
Oh,
one
yeah.
thing? When Ron came in, it just reminded me. I have hearing aids too. I am totally deaf in my left ear, and my left ear has a hearing aid that travels it over to my right ear. I went without hearing aids for the longest time, just stressing out the one ear that could hear for the longest. Cathy and Nydia both know the struggle of that for a long time. But it was mainly because of the fact that I did want to be able to be proactive with everything once I did get the hearing aids. And yes, mine does have the Bluetooth on it too as well. And I think that's why I do like the thought of the oils and the protective one right there in that place right behind there. They when you start thinking of batteries that are getting ready, like it is with the thing with Kevin, and all these are things that help us to continue life with it. Our goodies, our little toys and everything. The shungite has been wonderful with it, and I do douse for it always. When I was doing the shungite water before, I would do the shungite water and I would just do it as a shot, like Dr. Kiersey has done with us. I have like a water station because I just drink water, So, I had to stop the sodas with the thyroid issue, and I had a goiter 13.9 centimeters that had to be removed. I had, so I charge the water. I have Prill that I do that gives you magnesium. So I do magnesium shots, and then I'll do the shungite shots. But when I doused with the SRC for it based on the hearing aid, I have to do a cup of water, of the shungite water, almost daily. But I do douse for everything before. I did the Colado Silvers, I did, all kinds of things, but the shungite is the one that really kind of comes up for the protection of the hearing aid. I know it was somebody else that was talking about the hearing aid issue too, so that's a real sensitive thing to me. And I did a lot of research on it before the fact of, just kind of letting go of the bullet and doing it, Let me say one last thing with it is the stress of being without it and just trying to function that left once I got it was huge too. So that's why we know that love frequency that we end up doing to put us in that thing of things that we can't control, we let go of, because we know that we have no control over that. But the things that we can do it and then just kind of protect ourselves in the best way possible. I walk. I'm an avid walker, 10 miles a day I walk. I get new shoes every month because I can't put over 300 miles on the shoe or else that knee and that hip ends up being messed up, So the things that we feel like we just want to do, we need to feel like we can do it comfortably, in a way that ends up being best for us,
Love it. And what Olive said is so true. I give thanks for all our gadgets. And we just need to, there's going to be negative and positive anything. We want to pull out the benefits and clear the negative, which we can do.
I douse every day for clear Bluetooth and shield Bluetooth. I don't know if that'll help anybody else, but I seem to want it quite a lot, both of those, clear and shield.
Yes.
That's amazing. And here, just real quick, you can make yourself an essential oil cocktail or any kind of cocktail in here, but we'll click your essential oil and then just create the session cocktail. And so, for example, as a group, today we want 30 minutes worth of energy for spearmint and sage. And can't hurt with doing that. And let's real quickly also just look and see field generator rose essential oil. Just for the heck of it, to see if we're interested in that at this moment in time. Oh, look at that, 90 again. So we'll be doing that. And so with that in mind, this was wonderful, Olive. Thank you so much. And I think some other people probably have words of wisdom too, that if we just, whatever we can share. And with that in mind.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
I wanted to say thank you. I wanted to say thanks too about sharing about the hearing aids, because that's always
Super
kind
useful.
of a scary topic in our house, because Martha's like you in that she still teaches. She loves to teach small children violin, and it's so stressful for her because she, even with the hearing aids that she has a hard time understanding people, just in general, if she doesn't see their mouths. So this was huge. This is a huge topic in our house.
Sharon, that's exactly me. That was, and when the mask came out, I'm going to tell you, you don't know how many tears I shed at places where I couldn't see their mouth, so I couldn't read their lips. And so I didn't know what was happening, and I'm asking things, and then I'm trying to hear, and I can hear somebody louder somewhere else, but I can't. Oh, so that touches my heart. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, she's had a horrible time with the mask things too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Lord. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks again to Olive and everybody, and I'll see you Friday.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
This concludes the SRC4u Zoom call. Thank you for participating. We look forward to seeing you again. Till then, take care and be well. This concludes the SRC4u Zoom call. Special thanks to Olive for all the information she has contributed along with everyone else, and we look forward to seeing you again. Till then, take care and be well.